Paul has argued thoroughly that the law has its place, but that place is not to make you right with God. It doesn't have the power to do that. In fact, the law was given to show us how unright we are and how much we need God's grace. Martin Luther said, "The law is a divinely sent Hercules to attack and kill the monster of self-righteousness." I love that. That's what it's for. In other words, the law levels us every time we start thinking we are better than we are or better than someone else. Now, there is nothing in this world that I have seen that illustrates this point more perfectly than a clip from Seinfeld, okay? And I'm going to show it to you in a second, but let me just sort of set it up real quick. I'm not going to give it away, okay? But Elaine, if you're familiar with the series, if you're not, you should be. Shame on you. But Elaine in this scene represents what the law does, okay? George, neurotic George Costanza, represents all of us. And the hairpiece, okay, that bald George is wearing represents our foolish efforts to cover our badness to the point of thinking that we're better. So, Danny, roll the clip.
You fixed me up with a bald woman.
Bald?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you see the irony here? You're rejecting somebody because they're bald.
So?
You're bald!
No, I'm not. I was bald. Elaine.
Come on!
I don't like this thing! And here's what I'm doing with it!
Okay, so, I mean, is there a better illustration under the sun for what the law does? All of our silly and foolish attempts to cover things up, and then based on our perceived success in covering those things up, we automatically start thinking we're better than we are, or we're better than other people. In one of the next scenes, it's so funny, George is at the coffee shop with Jerry, and he says that Elaine ripping off his hairpiece was the best thing that ever happened to him. And he says, with a huge smile on his face, "I feel like my old self again. Totally inadequate, completely insecure, paranoid, neurotic. It's a pleasure." So the law exposes us for who we are. It's like a mirror that we look into that shows us who we really are, not who we like to think ourselves to be. It shows us our deep need, our blemishes. Here are some ways that I've distinguished law and grace over the years. Some phrases that I think are helpful. The law accuses us, grace acquits us. The law exposes us, grace exonerates us. The law diagnoses us, grace delivers us. The law blames the best of us, grace saves the worst of us. So the law has its place. Paul is not saying that the law doesn't have its place. It does have its place, but it's not typically the place that we think it has. It's there to expose us, to unmask us. So the religious teachers had it wrong. The law was not given to show the way of salvation. It was given to show the need of salvation. That's what it was for.